Hello, I'm Ms Higgins, P23's teacher. This video is to give you an overview of the new home learning pack. Hopefully it will prove helpful to you and your child. The welcome letter is a summary of what is included in the pack. It also has P23's Twitter address where you can keep up to date with what P23 are doing. Included is a 3-week timetable of activities that can be covered throughout the day. The timetable is a guide as to the learning the children should be carrying out on a daily basis, but this is only a guide. The home learning pack allows for flexibility so that learning suits family individual circumstances. Numeracy 1 is a day of the week activity. The missing days of the week should be filled in. There is a word bank at the bottom of the page to help with this. Children should complete the sentences using the appropriate days of the week. Numeracy 2 is a 3-in-a-row game. This is a 2-person game and is played in a similar way to noughts and crosses. There are 9 questions. The answer to each is on the board. When the question is answered accurately, a cross or a nought should be placed beside it. The winner is the person who gets 3 in the row. A dice or a coin can be used to decide who starts the game. Numeracy 3. This activity is the additions of tens and one. Children will need additional paper to help with the working. The questions are on one side and the answers are on another. The answers should be worked out and then found in the total column. The questions and the correct answer should be linked together by drawing a line between them. Numeracy 4 is shapes. The first task asks the children to name the 2-dimensional shapes and then write down how many sides and corners the shape has. There is a word bank at the bottom of the page with the shape names to aid in this activity. Numeracy 5 consolidates the learning from Numeracy 4. The shape should be cut out and put in the box that relates to their properties. Numeracy 6 is consolidation of the tens and ones addition. The blocks of tens and ones should be added together to get the answer. The answer should be first written as tens and ones and then as a whole number beside it. The first one has been completed for you. Numeracy 7 is a 4-in-a-row game. It is similar to the Numeracy 2 game. Again, the answers to the questions are on the board. The winner is the person who gets 4 noughts or 4 crosses in a row. Numeracy 8 is a time activity. The boxes should be filled in with the relevant times, with emphasis being placed on the small hour hand. Again, the first one has been completed for you. Numeracy 9 and Numeracy 10 are activities that are designed to continue to build confidence in addition of double digits. It also continues to develop the skills taught in class of using an empty number line. Children should be encouraged to use counting on skills. They should start from the number given and then add on in tens and then smaller chunks. An example is given in the paper. For example, 10 plus 16, children should start the number line at 10, add another 10 to get them to 20, and then add the final 6 to get to 26. Children should be encouraged to draw their own number line using a ruler. Literacy 1 is the phonic tic-tac-toe game and should be played with 2 people. Each person should take counters of the same colour. The first person should say the first phonic sound, Then say the word that contains the sound and use it in a sentence. If all three are correct, put the coloured counter on top of it. The next person then takes their turn and does the same. The first person to get 3 in a row wins. 2 sets of coloured counters have been included in the pack. For a challenge, you could write 1 or 3 sentences based on words that have been used in the game. Literacy 2 is a reading comprehension task. There is a short passage that should be read, and the questions below relate to the passage. All the answers will be found in the short passage. Literacy 3 is the story maker activity. Children should roll the dice 4 times to select setting, characters, and the main event of their story. Children should be encouraged to talk about their story. The game will hopefully help to build imaginative writing skills. For a challenge, children can write a short sentence or a short story about their favourite story that they made up with the story maker activity. Literacy 4 follows on from the Literacy 3 story maker activity. Children should use the stories that they made from the previous games to help them write the story for the story mountain planning. They should have a picture of their main character and a picture of their setting. They should use their favourite story to find an introduction, to write a brief introduction, the problem their main character faced, and how their main character resolved this problem. They should also have a happy ending to their story if they choose. Children should be used to this activity as we have carried out this activity during class time. Literacy 5 is a listening and talking activity. The listening activity is Simon Says. This can be as difficult or as simple as you choose. Children should be given a range of instructions that start with Simon Says. The child should carry out the instructions when they hear Simon Says. If the instructions are given without saying first Simon Says, the child should not carry out the instructions. This activity helps to develop their listening skills. Their talking activity is reading a book from home, or there are plenty of free books on the Oxford Owl website. Children should discuss what they like and what they dislike, patterns that they notice, etc. Literacy 6 is similar to Literacy 1 activity in that this is a phonics tic-tac-toe game. The main difference between Literacy 6 and Literacy 1 are the sounds that the children will be practicing. The first person to win the game will be the person that gets 3 in a row, either across the way, going down the way, or diagonally. Literacy 7 is another comprehension task. This time, questions are based on the Gruffalo. Children should answer questions based on the text. Literacy 8 is a grammar task and asks, are these sentences correct? The children should correct the punctuation, focusing on capital letters and full stop. Literacy 9 is a listening task. The sentences at the bottom of the page should be read to the children, and they should follow instructions given by colouring in what they have heard. Activity 10 is a verb activity. In the first exercise, children should underline the verb in the sentence. The first two have already been completed. In the second exercise, children should complete the sentence and pick the relevant verb from the bank of verbs at the bottom of the page. As well as the literacy and numeracy activities in the home learning pack, it contains a home learning grid with 15 activities to choose from. There is also a health and well-being grid that follows mainly emotion works, and it has 5 activities to choose from. Finally, to say thanks for listening, and I hope you have found this video useful. Please keep safe and hope to see you soon. Thanks again, Ms Higgins.